I was good at maths and science, those sort of subjects. I enjoyed tinkering with motorbikes and things like that as a young kid, and I enjoyed actually seeing things be made.
As a young man, I didn't have a clue where I was heading. I was just told to get a trade, and that way I could do something with myself later in life.
Decided that I needed to widen the circle of my sort of scope. So I joined, I went to look at the paper and I came across a science technician's job at Dunlop, New Zealand. I had no idea what a science technician did.
I've always felt I've been something of a leader. I've always recognised that I've got some ability in leading people, and I think that's what motivates me more than anything else.
I started off actually in the Air Force. I went and did pilot training, but there was a few lessons there that got really that hammered in that I still carry through to this day. And it's sort of things like, never ask someone to do something you've not prepared to do yourself, and leading from the front.
Graduated from Canterbury University many years ago, and as fortune would have it, I lucked into being a general manager at 23.
Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, straight into a role with 39 people reporting to me when I was in my early 20s. Fantastic opportunity.
My background is from accounting and finance, so I've ended up in an engineering company, which is a little bit different, but left field. So first few years I was a sponge in terms of just learning and listening and learning and trying to hold it with the engineers. I had, I suppose, an inkling in me to be a little bit different than just working on the tools, and so we had to talk about it, and my wife and I decided that there was an opportunity to be self-employed, and there was a little engineering business for sale. So we investigated that, and we were able to purchase this engineering business. Quite a dramatic time of my career to be invited on the board of Scott Technology, and I thought that was a real boost to my confidence. So these people had obviously recognised the efforts that I'd put in, and invited me to join a fairly elite group of businessmen.
I led a management buyout in 2006 to allow my original partner, mentor, Jerry, to retire.
It wasn't until I got tapped on the shoulder I thought, well, wait a minute, why not? Why not buy a business I can afford and see what happens from there.
Grew a bit like Topsy. We had another factory here, and then we expanded another operation, so we got another factory there, and we ended up at one stage we had 5 separate factories in Christchurch.
It was interesting getting taken around by engineers and sort of saying, and you're pointing out the machinery, and I say, oh, is that a lathe? I got quickly sort of wrapped around the ear.
I'd been told I was never going to make it rich, I'd never be super wealthy, but I'd have a nice life if I could create a business. And that was what our focus was about learning to get through and actually make a good salary and a good wage. And as we grew, things got easier for us.
I think often your careers are about good opportunities being given to you, but then grasping them. So not being afraid, actually being confident.
I like to pick up things and play with them, and even one of the managers in the early days had a sort of we sign up on things, Chris Hopkins, do not touch.